Yo, what's going on, guys? This is gonna be my spoiler-free review of Deadpool and Wolverine. I feel conflicted about this movie. It's weird. It's really weird. 'Cause I like it. I had a really good time watching it. Everyone around me in the audience also seemed to have a really good time watching it. They were laughing, they were giggling, they were having the time of their lives. And I was having a good time too, just to be clear. I was having a great time. But I feel weird about it, because in my mind I'm thinking, like, I can't see any obvious flaws in it, right? I mean, there are a few, and I'll get into them, but there's nothing like really bad about it, but I just feel weird about it. So I guess like some of the more obvious issues that I kind of saw was just like towards the middle of the movie. It was like a little bit of like a slowish pace. I feel like it could have been a little bit faster, kind of like slowed down a bit. It wasn't anything bad. It wasn't ever like I wanted to leave the theater. I mean, to be fair, I kind of did, but that's only because I drank a whole ass cup of like Sprite and a bottle of water beforehand, like one of these. And bro, that was a mistake. I will tell you, do not do that. That is a 2 hour film. I peed for like 2 minutes straight. Guys, I think I'm deviating off the topic. Anyway, I feel really weird about this movie. Other than that, like that middle part, it was all really solid. I was entertained all the way through, and I held my pee in spite of really having to go just to watch the ending all the way to the end and not miss a moment. So it was really good, but I still feel weird about it. So what is it? What is it? I don't know. Maybe it's like a little bit of that cynicism from having or watching a Marvel movie and the MCU in general. Maybe it's like the multiverse kind of being like this thing that I'm starting to not like at all because of the way that they've handled it and how it's being done. Because I look at a show like we haven't gotten a lot of it, but like Invincible, right? I feel like the way that Invincible has kind of handled the multiverse is a lot better. A lot of the DC universe's like movies and like their one-off stories, I like the way they handle the multiverse stories a lot. I think it's really cool. It's a lot better. I mean, I know it's animated, but still. So these things are just, I like them more. I like them a lot more. So going to the MCU multiverse and knowing how messy it is and how it's now like intertwined with this Deadpool movie, it just feels bad to me. It feels weird. I like the characters that they introduced through the multiverse. Don't get me wrong. I think the villain is still good. I don't think that they'll be quite as memorable as other MCU villains. I think that there's a lot more that definitely like stand out. But she's not bad. She is not bad. But both the villains, I guess. They aren't bad. But I don't think that they'll stand out like when you look back at it. You'll be like, oh, what was the villain? It might take a moment. You know, you might like forget them a bit. So they're not like the high evolutionary or like Thanos or Loki type levels. But they're not bad. They're not bad. I think another flaw of the movie is maybe too many characters. I think for how many characters they did have, it was good. It was fine. I don't think anyone was mishandled. I don't think it was ever handled badly. I just think that if they maybe shrunk the cast a little bit, it could have been more focused on these characters that we did introduce. But at the end of the day, once again, not a big deal. I didn't really have a big issue with it. It's just like these little tiny things. All these issues that I'm bringing up aren't like major. They aren't something that like really ruined the movie for me, but it just feels odd. Cause on paper, when I was like, thinking about this movie, I'm like, I really like it a lot. I like this movie a lot. But why do I still feel so iffy about it? I don't understand. I think for Deadpool 1 and 2, this one isn't like far behind in quality. I think the other two are better simply because they're more focused. But I think this one has some great action, some fantastic music. The scenes are so creative. They're a joy to watch. It's an actual like just great experience. And it carries the movie a lot. There are some emotional moments. Are they like super emotional? You're going to start crying and stuff? Nah, maybe you will. I don't know. But it's not like that deep either. But it's good. It's honestly good. And I enjoyed it. I think those emotional moments do hit. But I don't think it's as strong as Deadpool 1 and 2 simply because of how unfocused it feels. I don't know if that's like the right word for it, but I'm just going to leave it at that. As unfocused. Because it just didn't. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I can't quite describe it. And I wish I could. Maybe other people will have this off feeling about the movie too. Or maybe you'll be like, this is a 10 out of 10 best movie ever made. And that's fine too. I get it. I think that all the cameos and all the appearances made from other characters, I'm not going to spoil any, of course, because that'd be messed up. And try to avoid as many spoilers. I feel like if you go in as spoiler-free as possible, you'll have a better time. All those cameos, I think they were handled really well. Because it's weird. This is the one thing that the Deadpool movies, I think, can get away with, right? Is that all these cliche moments that happen, like the pause for applause type moments that you see appear with like a cameo character. Or like all these like cliches where like, he's right behind me, isn't he? It's like in most movies, it's like, this is kind of bad. But in Deadpool, I kind of let it slide. And maybe that's a part of it. Maybe it's because all these things, when I think about them, it's like, this doesn't feel right. But they do it like well because it's Deadpool. And in this movie specifically, I just feel weird about it. I feel odd. Is it good though? Yes, I think this movie is fantastic. Just to be clear, I know I'm like hating. Maybe it sounds like I'm hating a lot. I still enjoyed this movie a lot. By far, this is like the MCU's. The bar isn't high, but like this is a good MCU movie. It's really good. I think maybe Guardians 3 is the only movie that's above this that came out like post Endgame. Maybe I'm forgetting one, but I think if we're ranking all the MCU movies off the top of my head, maybe I'm missing. Don't hold me to it. I think this one's the best one outside of Guardians 3. So it's still good. It's still good. I would highly recommend it. If you like the MCU, if you like Deadpool, if you like Fox, go for it. Go watch it. It's a good watch. It's not bad. I don't think anyone will necessarily like really hate the movie. I mean, I can't guarantee it, obviously, but I don't think you will hate the movie. It's a comedy. It has some good action, and it's just fun. It's fun, but I still feel weird about it. So I'm gonna give you guys my final score of the film. It feels weird. It feels weird, doesn't it? I think this movie is an 8 out of 10. I think it's a really solid, like really, no, not even solid. It's really good. It's fantastic. It does a lot of things right, but I think the messiness of the multiverse, the too many like characters kind of just doing their thing. Some scenes look a little bit too goofy for me. And I know it's a Deadpool movie, so I almost feel like forgiving it in my head, being like, it's just a part of it, but maybe it was just too goofy for me. Maybe I'm just a hater. Maybe I'm a born hater. I don't know. But it just felt odd. It just felt weird. And it feels like the villain also didn't have like a good enough motivation. I think they were kind of all over the place. There's two villains. There's one that's like, let me not spoil it, I guess. But there's two villains. One of them, I get it. His plot line is focused. It's kind of like you understand what his motivations is. For the second one though, you're like, what does she want to do? I'm not really sure. Is she just insane? Maybe. Who knows? But yeah, it's just these things. So it's still good. It is still good. I don't want to sound like I'm over hating. I don't want someone to be like, you're just a hater. You hate the MCU. Shit, maybe I do hate the MCU a little bit, but not because of this movie. This movie was still well above everything else they've produced from the MCU, and I still highly recommend to go watch it. Final score, 8 out of 10. Let me think if I'm forgetting something. I don't think I am. Music, action, characters. Oh my god. Wolverine. Okay. Let me mention Wolverine. Sorry. Oh my god. I think Hugh Jackman coming back is so good. I don't think that they ruined the legacy left behind from Logan. I think they did a really good job addressing kind of like this character coming back. They did it in a very meta way. The jokes about it kind of hit like really well. The jokes really do hit in this movie. They are really good. And I think him coming back, his costume was fantastic. There is one thing, I'm not sure if this is a spoiler or not, so like minor spoiler warning. I don't think it's a big deal if I tell you guys, but at some point in the movie, I'll keep it vague. He changes his costume a little bit. There's like a slight change. You'll know when you see it. The change that I'm talking about. And low-key, everyone else is going to be a big fan of it. I've seen everyone else be a big fan of it. For me, he looks kind of goofy. Maybe I'm just a hater. I don't know. But I did not like his costume change. Nah, I did not like it. Not the entire thing, just to be clear. Just one small thing they changed on it later on in the film. Like, really, really later on. I did not like the way it looks. I think... Yeah, I'm gonna keep it vague. I'm not gonna get into it too much. Maybe I'll specify in the future, in like a future future scenario. I don't know, but there's just something about a certain thing that, like, he has that just doesn't look right. It just doesn't look right to me. I don't know. Maybe it's just too goofy in live action, but I did not hit for me. I preferred his costume before he did a certain thing. It feels kind of weird keeping it as vague as I am, but I can't. I don't want to spoil it for someone in case it's not in the trailers or something, because I haven't seen any of the trailers, so I don't know if it's a spoiler or not. But yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. I think once again Ryan Reynolds still did a great job with Hugh Jackman. A lot of the characters that came in for cameos were fantastic in my opinion. Maybe a little too many, maybe a little too unfocused sometimes with the actual villain and all that. But overall, I still really liked it. I still really liked it. When I give it an 8, it is a high 8. This is not like a low 8, like a mid 8. It's still like really good. But there's just something about it that just felt odd to me. And maybe it's just like that Disney cynicism. Maybe it's that Disney hater inside of me. I don't know. I have no clue. But it's just that's where it feels right for me. That's where it feels right. But if you guys like it more, hell yeah. Hell yeah, man. It is a fantastic film. And I get if people give it like a 9 or a 10. No, if people give it like a 5 or a 6, I'll be like, damn. Damn, you hate it. I want to hear what you got to say about it. But yeah, guys, if you've already seen the film, let me know what you thought about it. Let me know how you felt. If you guys have not... Oh yeah, keep it spoiler free, by the way. Keep it spoiler free. Don't spoil people in the comments. I'd appreciate that. And if you have not seen it yet, are you excited to see it? Are you hyped? Are you ready for it? And yeah, let me know once you have seen it how you felt about it. And one final thing, of course, like and subscribe, please. I would appreciate that. It means a lot. And I'm gonna wrap it up there and let you guys go. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next review I make. Yeah. Yeah. What an awkward ending.